All right. Who's the host this week?
Kenny.
Oh,
That's the enthusiasm we're looking for.
yeah, man. Woot.
We got 30 minutes. Let's roll. I'm not going to talk as much this time.
Thank God. Welcome back for another episode of Old Guys Playing Games. And we'll just kick right into it. Let's get some gaming talk out of the way. So most of us have played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the new one, the campaign. And I'm not that far into it. I think one of us has actually finished it. But we had two people have actually finished it.
Josh was first. I was second. And Stu hasn't started it, I don't think. He hasn't even hit the campaign button yet.
I'm usually first.
I have not, because unfortunately at launch when I was in London and when I came back, it was a full multiplayer with my friends. So I'd much rather hang out with my friends.
Roger that. So what do you think, Jason?
I loved it. And there's two reasons. Then I'll pass it to Josh because he did it first. I love playing as different characters, and you play on both sides, if you will, the good guys, the bad guys. And you play from different characters' perspectives, which I think was started the last Modern Warfare. MW2 had the same concept. And I love that because it's not like you're playing just with one character. You get to know everything that character is great at, and then you just go scene to scene. This is, you're playing one character. That person's a really awesome sniper. This person's a really good, like, run and gun. And so that aspect's really cool. The other reason I absolutely love it is because one of the scenes is back in the what is that thing called?
The gunship.
The gunship. That scene is amazing. It's too short, but that scene is so much fun. I now want to go. You can go back in the campaign and play different scenes. I want to go play that one to really master it because it took me a few times. But those two reasons are why I love it. It's a little short. That's the only thing that everyone's been talking about. Josh, what do you think?
Well, you stole my thunder because anytime you throw a gunship segment in there, you got me. And I thought it was actually pretty long for a gunship level. The last one was much shorter, I feel like, and it was cool because they would launch planes, and you'd have to knock them out, or that was definitely the best part of the campaign. But yeah, I mean, I think it was good up until the very end. It just kind of was like, it's over. And there was no real good explanation other than, it's just going to lead into the next version of Modern Warfare. So it was kind of a letdown, but I think up to that point, it was cool. I like how the cutscenes before each level, they would show all the characters, and then you just kind of mold into the person that you're going to be. I thought it was really well done just up until the end.
You know why Ken is not going to think it ends abruptly? Because I guarantee Josh and Jason were both in the cutscenes when they're sort of doing the storyline before you can start playing again. I guarantee we're looking at our phone, like browsing stuff.
I paid attention. I paid attention.
Oh, I don't pay attention at all. I'm like, yada, 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 yada. I don't skip through it.
My favorite part.
So I'm like, I looked up from my phone and I'm ready to play the next thing, and it's like rolling the credits. I'm like, whoa, what'd I miss?
There's some developer crying in their latte right now. Their chai tea.
I mean, it's worth playing, but it wasn't. I wouldn't. Again, the ending just kind of knocked it down to like 3.5 out of 5 for me. It really hurt it.
Well, I haven't gotten that far. I'm enjoying it so far, but so it seems like that you don't play just any character except maybe the very first Prison Break mission. From then on, it seems like you play one of the main characters throughout. You don't play like a unnamed private type thing like they've done in past games. So that's kind of cool, being able to play as those characters.
And the levels, I forgot. I don't know if you said it, Jason. They're open world, so you can choose. You don't. It's not the escalator. You can do it different ways. I would venture to say, Ken, I know you're the stealth guy, but it's going to be hard to go stealth on some of these things because they're pretty, even at I guess it's what's the second level, regular, whatever it is, they're pretty astute. They see you and they're after you immediately. I tried to go stealth for as long as I could, but it just
Did
got
you
to the
play
point where
hardened or regular, Joshua?
regular, the second one.
Same.
Wow.
Same.
I
So
thought about playing hardened.
it's funny you say that, Josh, because unlike me, one of the first missions, the stockyards, I was running around like a bat out of hell. And everybody was shooting at me, and I was able to survive it. But it was completely, I guess in my mind, I was like, I don't have much time to do this. I just want to get this mission done, and then I can stop playing and save point or whatever. So I was kind of rushing through it. But that's not normally how I play, as you've mentioned. So,
And it's also very Metal Gear, if you've ever played that, where they'll see you, and then the map goes red, and then you can hide, and then it'll go yellow, and then it'll go white.
yeah,
So that
very
was,
Splinter
I thought that was
Cell.
cool. Yeah.
What I thought was neat in the open world concept is when you start the scene, this won't ruin anything for Stu or anyone that hasn't played it yet, but there is most obviously a route that they point you, making it seem like that is the route you need to go. And then when you get to figure out, then no, that probably is doable, but there's like 3 better ways to go than the route that they're pointing you, which is super cool to figure out.
So there is a mission, and you have to finish that mission. It's not like you can choose a different mission or do a side mission while you're doing this particular mission. You're just telling me that you can choose different routes to get to the final mission. Is that right?
Well, within the level, yeah. Like
Within the level.
You could use the zip line if you find the actual thing. But if you don't find that, you have to find another way up.
Gotcha.
So that's the other part is I think as you go through, you unlock those boxes, and that unlocks the guns for the rest of the game. And you can actually set your loadout at certain spots. So you can
That's cool.
decide what you want to use.
Besides the gun pickups, is there any Easter eggs or any collectibles that you have to find throughout are able to find throughout the game missions?
There's a couple levels that there are discoverable objects, and I think it's like second or third one, Josh. When I went back at the end and I looked at all my accomplishments, there was one I only found like 2 of the 12, which would make Ken batty. He would not finish that level until he found all 12. So there are, I think, a couple levels like that.
But I think that's just the boxes, I feel like because you can run around.
But you get credit for them. Yeah, I don't know that it affects too much of the game itself, the gameplay itself, but I do think it's like Ken is a completionist. He will not let that level finish until he's found all 12.
You know me well.
Cool.
You know me well. So, Stuart, are you interested in playing the campaign, or obviously you don't have a lot of time, and the time you do have, you want to play multiplayer or
No, I'm
online
interested
with your friends, but
I am interested. I just need to. I need to find. I just haven't had time yet. Right. I am interested. I never finished. I always like the campaigns, but the ones it always seems like if you don't play it in that week, and for me, if I don't play in that week before multiplayer comes out, I sort of never go back to it. But I will go back to it and I will play it. I just need to find the time to figure it out. And then I'm setting up a new laptop here, so I'm trying to figure out if I can dual boot it and maybe put it on. So maybe I can even do it on the laptop while I'm traveling. Because that's sort of an easier one with lower bandwidth, maybe. But
Right.
yeah, I'm interested. I like the stories. I loved, I really, I'm a World War II guy. I really liked, and World War. I liked the Battlefield one that they had. I liked the Vanguard one, the story with the you're trying to escape with the other coalition guys, and so I like those stories. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll probably be you guys will be long past it by the time I play it. And it's not because I don't like it. It's just because just time.
Right.
I'd rather play with you guys.
All right.
It'd be great. Again, whatever happened to co-op campaign? We used to love co-op campaign.
Oh, don't get me started. We don't have enough time for that.
All right, sorry. Let's move on. How about we do this? We'll do a rant one time where we just sort of then send it directly to.
I think we have like an hour's worth of rant from me just complaining about it in the past 45 episodes.
But I guess here's my point. Just similar to my Fiat, which is hopefully going to be done this week. The windshield's in.
I'm sorry, you say this year? What?
No, this week. And because I can't buy a new car till I finish it, I have a rule. I'm stubborn. I think it's completely fair that we can't complain about multiplayer co-op until we finish the last multiplayer co-op.
True. True.
That
So-
one dang scene. That
Ugh.
and we're not learning. There's got to be a trick. There has to be. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's move
well-
on. Let's move on.
Raid is also another one that we haven't finished,
Raid?
right?
Yeah, but I think Raid was mostly because it ended up with 3 people. We couldn't do it together,
I
right?
don't think
it
we've
was,
only
ever
had 3,
finished a level on that. I don't think any combination of us has ever finished
Raid
a
got
raid level.
insane at the end in that damn.
It did.
control.
Yeah, the first one, yeah. All right, moving on. So a big game that was supposed to be a huge hit and a huge release for Microsoft was Starfield. They had a lot of
Mhm.
hype moving into that release, and I got a chance to play it, and I think at least one of you has. Jason, I think, has as well. I wasn't really impressed, but I'm interested to hear what Jason has to say.
Well, I had the benefit of playing after you gave that review. You said, what was the other game that came out 6 months prior that set in the Russian sort of post?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
What
talking
was
about.
that
The
thing
one with
called?
the robots. I know what you're talking about.
Right. Anyway, it was, you compared it to that as it is very constrained gameplay campaign, meaning like it is almost like Dragon's Lair is the wrong reference, but it's so tight that you have to stay in this thing and you can't progress unless you go at the pace it wants you to go. So that's what I was preparing for, and I'm happy that you gave me that because I went into it thinking it was going to be that way, and it was a lot better. Like you can do a lot more pretty early in the game. That other game, it was a long time before you got a weapon that you could start to, fight whatever you were going to fight. In this game, you have to sit through a little bit of the storytelling, and then you get handed a gun or you pick up a gun and you're shooting, these aliens or robots really quickly. And then you get to go on the ship. You get to pilot the ship, and it's a beautiful game. That's one thing that just really stands out. It's absolutely, if you watch it or playing it on a really nice screen, you'll notice the frame rate's really high. The graphics and the ray tracing, everything is just gorgeous, and it plays really smoothly. I don't know that I'm going to last with it, but after that campaign finished, I was looking for another sort of thing I could, when you guys couldn't play multiplayer, because I hate playing multiplayer with strangers like Josh does. I want a campaign to dig my, sink my teeth into. So this may be a good one for me. We'll see how long I last.
That's interesting because I played the beginning and you were like a miner or something, and you were using it to get ore, and then you discovered this this alien species or something, and they started attacking you inside the mine, and that's when that's
Oh my
around the
gosh, you
time
haven't
I
even gotten to it. You're
Nope.
right. You're right at the next point. Like after you get out of that mine, you come back up to the surface. You meet this guy that's going to buy that thing you just mined. Then stuff happens really quickly, and it gets really fun. And I haven't gotten too far after that, so I'm like, I'm ready for more of that. So just play a little bit more.
What do you think is the pace? I mean, do you think it's a relatively slow game? Because I think it's classified as an RPG, right? A role playing game or an action role playing game. Is that accurate? Is it pretty slow except for when you're having to shoot down aliens, but then in between you're having to build things, you're having to make things on your ship and increase or improve your ship and stuff like that?
That's where games lose me. Where there's too much, I can do that, and that I think we're talking about Forza as well. But the only games I'll have appetite to do any sort of modding and like get X number of points so you can add this. Obviously, Call of Duty stuff like ranking up guns and attachments, that I have time all the time in the world. Racing games, adding mods to cars to get cars tuned to be better on the track. Once you get that, I have patience for. This whole like you get so and so coins and now you can buy this tool for the farmland or this, like I have no patience for that nonsense. So if it goes down that path of like you got to add this to the spaceship so you can go to this part of the, I'm out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm not and Stuart will agree, I'm not the type of person that likes I have to cut down X number of trees
Right.
to get lumber to be able to build a thing, or whatever. And that annoys me,
I want to like them.
Yeah, I just don't. I think if I was younger, I will probably have more patience for it.
I,
But
yeah,
as an old guy, I just don't have the
I
patience
love
for it.
that they make them. I just don't.
I do too. I do too.
It's what I and like I've bought. Like we talked about this last time. I can't tell you how many times I bought Age of Empires. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Like it's
Same.
and then the same thing. I basically, my civilization never gets out of the the Flint stage. But on Starfield, I think it came off. It was a very rocky beginning for
Yeah.
that game. Not surprising the hype that it had. But the people that are into it are really into it. I mean, there's a lot of people because I think it's one of those things. It's if you invest the time and you're into that, the experience can be, it's a living being because it's a growing world. This is not our world. It's not how we play. Right?
Josh, do you play those games at all? The ones where kind of Age of Empires or
So I played it just all that reminded me of Assassin's Creed. I probably bought Assassin's Creed like 3 or 4 times and I play it for like 30 minutes cuz it's just so beautiful, but it's so repetitive and you have to talk to people and this and that. It's like it's so boring, but the game is amazingly beautiful when you jump off the things into the hay and stuff like that. But I can't I'm with you, like if I'm going to spend time, I'm going to rank up a gun or even the car thing, like I would do that. But even like even the sports games, like when you used to be able to be the general manager and like build up the team and stuff, like don't have
No.
time. It just takes too much time.
I always create a team or a club or a player, and then I'm out really quickly.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I like the Assassin's Creed. I own. I think I have all of them. I only finished 2 of them, but the first and the second one, and I really enjoy it. And I do like the story, but I will admit that once you get to a certain point in the game, 1, it becomes pretty repetitive, as you mentioned, and 2, because it's almost a sandbox where you can choose which missions you want to do in the order that you want to do them. Sometimes you find yourself so far away from something and you have to like use fast travel. But even then, getting to the fast travel point is still a trek. So you're sitting there riding the horse forever. It's like the whole Red Dead Redemption. We tried that. We all hated having to ride the horse forever. But
the only game I would ever take that time is GTA. If they ever make another GTA,
there is a new one coming out. Isn't there a new one coming out soon in the next 6 months?
They keep talking about it, but
yeah. I mean, I like here's like the Assassin's Creed. What's the one? I think it was the Assassin's Creed that did. Yeah, it was that had like the ancient Greece and the other stuff.
Yes.
Cool. What I liked about that was I bought the ancient Greece historical pack. In other words, I don't need to play the game. I just want to walk around and learn. Because the work they do on the historical accuracy on that is amazing, right? So it's one of those, but I'm the same with you. Like I like the idea of the game, and then I lose my attention span just doesn't have it.
Well, undeniable, Assassin's Creed was a beautiful game, and it had really good stories. It's just unfortunate that the type of game it was, it could get boring for those that just had a short attention span.
I've never played it. I've never seen what the game looks like. Probably a commercial or something, but I've never played Assassin's Creed.
I think the other thing I really liked about it, because I was a huge Prince of Persia fan, and that reminds me of Prince of Persia so much because the acrobatics and the stuff like that.
But a great game.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I saw that they're coming out with a new one, but I don't know if it's going to make it to console.
An Amiga original.
PC. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is the ultimate Jason game. Like he would get in that game and he would say, "This is the most beautiful. Can you believe all the detail?" And then in 3 minutes, he'd be like, "This is so boring. I'm out."
Is it on Game Pass? Because maybe I'll try it just so I can.
It's an Ubisoft series. I don't know if there is one. Actually, right now there's a free version that you can download of the newest one. I just downloaded it. I haven't played it yet, but I'll let you know what I find.
Cool.
The game you were talking about before was Atomic Heart. That Russian game that was just gorgeous, but it was really slow.
Very slow.
All right, moving on. Somebody mentioned Forza, and I haven't had a chance to look at it, but Forza Motorsport 5 was released recently. And Jason, again, I think you had an opportunity to play that. You've been doing all the homework.
Well, there was a lot of time in the past week for whatever reasons, holidays and stuff, that people weren't able to play. So I wanted to check out a few new games, and Forza was on the list. It is, just to cut to the chase, you are racing really quickly. So there is a little bit of background on the different cars, the tracks, and then you're in a car, qualifying for a race. You get to pick one of 3 cars to start. You choose your character, you customize your character really quickly. For Stuart, it is like a few screens, and then you're off to the races, literally. And you start. What's really addictive about this game is as you're racing, you are upranking your ability to get new cars. So you'll do a track section, and if you beat your that section score, that pace for that section of the track, you'll get an upranking of. So it's like this achievement unlock thing that happens not at the just at the conclusion of the race, but it happens during a qualifying or a race, and that's like, it's got me already like wanting to go back and keep up ranking. And the cars available are gorgeous. It looks sick. It is so beautiful, and the cars are just awesome. So I think it will be a fun one to see if we all like it, and if we all then will race a little bit. What we've talked about in racing games, I totally get it. I'm the same way, and I want a racing rig, but like, you do hit a limit of, man, I'm just using this controller, a stick controller, instead of a racing wheel and proper pedals and the whole thing. But for a racing game that's free on Game Pass, it's fantastic. It's worth the download. It's a big one. It's like 131 gigs or something like that. So it takes up some space.
Yikes.
Is it pronounced Forza or Forza?
Forza.
Okay.
As Stuart would
Just wanted to clarify.
Stu's Italian would tell us.
Como se dice Forza?
They say Forza in the game a lot, which is the only reason I know that.
By the way, Josh, that's how do you say Forza? It's like charcuterie.
So I've never played. I have played Forza Motorsport once, I think, a long time ago, but I was never really into the strictly racing game. Plus, I'm not a big tarmac racer. I like off-road better than tarmac racing, but I was a big fan of the Horizon series, and still am, where you can do a bunch of different things, and the variation, and you can choose what type of races you do anywhere on the map. It's an open map and that kind of thing.
Horizon was good.
So Motorsport, is it strictly tarmac racing?
As far as I can tell now, I haven't gotten into, too much of here's all the courses you're going to be on. I will say, now that you said that, what feels like the developers did was they wanted to make it as much a departure from Horizon, taking out all of the extra and just getting the people that just want to race great cars on great tracks, just get them racing. They took all of the extra nonsense out of it. Now, I loved Horizon. Like, that's a fun game. But I know that there are people out there that are like, I don't want any of that nonsense. I just want to pick a car. I want to tune it. I want to get, stuff to, add to it, and get better at racing. And what's cool is you actually feel, in other racing games, you would do a lap, and you like, the next lap, it's hard to describe. You'd be on the next lap and you're like, I think I know this turn again, but I don't feel like I've gotten better. This one, it feels like you're getting better every lap. You're learning the course. You're learning what the brakes will do. You're learning how it will handle. And it feels, as you get better suspension or better brakes or better steering or whatever it is, it feels like it's applying it and you're getting better. Like, it's the weirdest thing. Even in like 4 races I've done, I've actually gotten better at racing these cars. And I don't know how it's doing that, if it's making me feel that way. But it certainly is just a pure racing game. So we'll see if it's if they get off the tarmac.
I was going to say, Ken, I don't think it had off road, but then I look here, and one of the pictures has off road. So maybe it does have rally. Yeah, it has rally adventure. And
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So are there courses? Are they point-to-point courses, or are they
real racetracks?
Lap courses.
Yeah, and it's cool. They'll do, like a real racetrack will have different configurations. So they'll show you the full track, and they'll show that they're just doing this one with this section of the track, which is cool.
Do they incorporate some of the NASCAR style, the oval tracks, or
Not
these
in what
are
I've
all
played thus far?
Okay.
But they very well could be.
That's cool. And
Yeah,
the
I
thing
think
about
they have all types of tracks.
that's cool. So I like the Forza brand. I mean, they've have all the licensing for all of the different cars, and it's really cool how they.
I put
they
the
got
link in
that.
there to the off road stuff, Ken, so you can look at it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to set up. I'm gonna try to set up a quiz.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Does it make a sound when you buzz?
All right. Here, I'll reset it so everybody can hear the sounds.
Jesus. Okay, I heard that.
Heard that? All right. When I make the buzzers available after reading the question, you'll have 10 seconds to answer. Okay. And that's
I knew. Was that Jason? I knew it. I was thinking to myself, if anyone's gonna hit the buzzer before it even starts, it's gonna be Jason.
All right. What U.S. president pardoned Patricia Hearst?
That would be
Stuart.
Gerald Ford.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Anybody else? Let's try this. Reset it. Buzz in if you know the answer. Joshua.
Carter.
Correct.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. Listen to you.
Joking.
Jackass. What card game has variations known as Cincinnati, Chicago, and Lowball? Jason.
Gin.
Incorrect. Joshua.
Blackjack.
Incorrect. Stuart.
Poker.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, that was too obvious. That's why I didn't pick it.
I agree.
That's
but
funny.
this game came out when poker wasn't really hot, so that kind of
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because
okay.
poker's never been popular.
No,
but not like it has been in the last 20 years.
All right. What U.S. state capital was once called La Petite Roche? Jason.
New York.
No. Stuart.
That'd be Baton Rouge.
No. Jason.
New Jersey.
All right. No.
First of all, that's a state.
And I believe
he said state. He said
what
state
U.S.
capital.
state capital was once called La Petite
That's
Roche?
a city, Jason.
Oh.
Little Rock.
Oh, La Petite Roche. Oh, God, of course.
I don't know if I maybe not pronounced that right. Did I pronounce it's French? I didn't. Maybe I screwed that
If
up.
Shannon's hearing this, she's going to come and tell you you're wrong. So.
Yeah, she will.
Well,
all right.
This is riveting podcasting.
Oh, you guys are doing great.
Rhode Island.
Jason?
Nope, that's wrong.
Jason.
What's known as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports? Stuart?
That would be the Kentucky Derby.
That's correct. What German author first proposed the idea of the Superman? Josh?
Is Freud German? Is Freud?
He is.
It's not Freud. Stuart?
Nietzsche.
Correct. I gotta get the young person's edition out.
Seriously, this is the
Okay, I wasn't
geezer
alive.
trivia.
I was not alive when Nietzsche was alive. Okay, let's just put that.
All right, ready? What's the largest U.S. city on the Great Lakes?
Ooh, come on, Jason.
Jason?
Chicago.
Correct. Jason's on the board. What did Frank Sinatra call My Kind of Town? Josh?
New York.
Incorrect. Stuart?
That would be Chicago.
That's correct.
No,
what team has suffered the longest since its last National League Baseball pennant?
What year is this?
This would have been like 81. 81.
Go,
The
Josh.
Cubs.
That's right. It's the Cubs.
It was nice.
Well done.
I was wondering if someone was going to say the Red Sox, but the National League was a good.
What African capital is named for a U.S. president? Stuart?
Would be Monrovia.
You're right.
Oh my gosh.
You're definitely older than we are.
I was not around when Monroe was president either.
Then maybe you'll know this question. What African country was founded by freed American slaves in 1847? Josh.
I don't even know if this is a town. Cape Town? I feel like
No.
it's something. No.
Stuart?
I'm going to say it's Monrovia, but I'm not sure it's the same. But I'd say Monrovia.
No, it's not.
It's got a different name. But I can't remember
Jason,
the
do you
name.
know what it is? No, you don't.
Casablanca.
No, Liberia.
Yeah, wrong continent, Jason.
Liberian day.
I thought you said African capital.
What African country?
Oh, country. See?
Oh,
You're right.
I
It is the
suck. I
same
was
continent.
thinking.
I'm sorry, Jason.
Yeah.
You're correct.
I was like, what?
All right.
All right.
Spell Morocco.
What card game can feature dealer's choice? Jason?
Poker.
Correct.
He's just going to answer poker for every card game now.
All right. At this rate, we'll try to get to first to 10, but Stuart has got a head start at 5.
Yeah,
and
we're going to have to
Jason
take
and
it in
Josh
gear.
have 2. I'm looking at the time. I'm going to try to rush through these. Who are the 2 sons of Ozzie and Harriet Nelson?
Oh.
Josh?
Ricky. I don't know.
Give me an answer.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Anybody else?
I can't remember.
Stu's typing right now.
No, I was looking at I got texted. I can't
All right.
remember.
I'm gonna give Josh a point.
It is
because
Ricky
Ricky, David,
and
David and Ricky. Quick on the fingers on the buzzers. What were raced in Greek and Roman hippodromes? Josh.
Chariots.
Yeah,
it's horses.
horses. Yeah,
But it is chariots. So.
Well, that's part of the chariot.
I know.
Because
It
in
was
Latin,
splitting
hippo-
hairs there.
What does hippo mean in Latin?
Big fat dude.
It means horse.
Okay. All right. What color is the hammer and sickle on the Soviet Union's flag? Jason.
White?
No.
Oh,
Stuart.
I love the fact that this is so dated that it's buried underground now, but it is gold or yellow.
Gold, yeah. Who delivered his last newscast on March 6th, 1981? Josh.
Walter Cronkite.
That's correct.
Here he
What
comes.
fruit is packed with the most calories? Jason.
Watermelon.
Incorrect. No one knows. Oh, you want to try, Stu?
Pineapple.
Incorrect. Avocado.
Oh.
Oh.
What is the capital of Ireland? Jason.
It's Dublin.
Yes, very good. It's
Yeah,
like they
obvious.
waited for you to answer that question.
Well, I thought it was too
I don't know
obvious.
why-
So I'm like,
that's
if
what I
no
was
one
gonna
else is.
say. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's too obvious.
What war added camouflage, scrounge, and 0 hour to the English language? Josh.
World War One.
Correct.
I thought that was too
Here
obvious.
we go.
I can't believe you got that and Stu didn't.
You clicked before me. It was well done.
How many points are there in a perfect 3-dart throw? Josh.
60.
Incorrect.
That's what I would have said. 80.
Incorrect.
Just a guess.
180.
That's close. I had 80.
You were close.
Perfect.
How many U.S. states border the Pacific Ocean?
3.
Incorrect. Joshua?
5.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh,
You lived in one of them, Jason.
no, I know that. I wasn't thinking about the two
Yeah.
other
The 2 other ones that you missed? Yeah.
the two other last added states.
How many bulls are killed in a formal bullfight? Stuart?
1.
Incorrect.
In a formal?
Correct.
Formal?
Josh?
3.
Incorrect. Jason?
2.
Incorrect. 6.
What?
Right? Who was half man, half Vulcan? Josh?
Spock.
He's got
Correct.
Cronus on his buzzer.
How many chambers are there in the human heart? Jason?
4.
Correct. What country forms a 2,000-mile archipelago along the east coast of Asia? Jason?
The Philippines.
Incorrect. Stuart?
Indonesia.
Incorrect. Josh?
Japan.
Correct.
You pumaed that one, didn't you?
What sport is known as the sweet science? Stuart?
Boxing.
Correct. What kind of pants were first worn during the California Gold Rush? Stuart?
Jeans. Or dungarees.
Denim jeans. That's right. What is the zodiacal symbol for Capricorn? Josh?
Horse.
Incorrect. Stuart?
Crab.
Incorrect. Jason? It is.
Mouse. I have no idea.
It's the goat. The goat is Capricorn. You guys are doing great. I can't wait till it's my turn. Where's the International Court of Justice? Stuart?
The Hague.
That's correct.
Oh, he only needs one more. He's got 9 points.
That's right. What does a harness racing driver sit in? Jason?
A buggy.
Incorrect. Josh?
Saddle.
Incorrect.
A cart.
Incorrect. Sulky.
Oh.
A sulky. All
You
right.
give me that one because it's like the
Just give it to him. Just give it to him.
chariot. It's like the chariot racing. You gave it horse.
All right.
It's what's the formal name of a frickin' buggy?
Okay.
Shut up.
All right. A sulky? Okay. All right, here's one for you, Jason. What musical key do most American car horns beep in? Josh?
D.
Incorrect. Jason?
C.
Incorrect. Stuart, do you know?
E.
Incorrect. It's F.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Nobody knows that, right?
It's F
All right.
for get out of my way.
What's the largest city in Canada? Josh?
Vancouver.
No. Stuart?
Maybe Toronto.
Toronto. Stuart
And he
wins the game.
wins. Woo! Like we thought.
So
Now,
Stuart came
now
out
for an
with 10.
AARP commercial.
Jeez.
Joshua came in with 8 points. Jason came in with 5. So Stuart is our winner today. So congratulations, Stuart.
So next time I
Well
will
done,
need the
Stuart.
trivia question.
Well, next time we will have a more
I have
modern.
How about like video game related and movie related?
Yeah,
Something, you know.
I do have one of those. I have
I have
several
Big
of those.
Bang Theory trivia in the other room. We could do that.
Yeah.
Let's
right.
do Seinfeld trivia. Come on, Seinfeld.
All right.
All right. That is our episode for today. Thank you for listening. And we are Old Guys Playing Games. I'm Ken.
I'm Stu.
I'm Jason.
I'm Josh.
All right. Thanks for listening. See ya.
Bye.